Beyoncé is allegedly running and hiding with the kids after Diddy's lawsuits continue to mount and her time is limited, because many people are saying that her husband Jay-Z is next. So Queen Bey gave Jay the impression she was going to be there for him through thick and thin after surviving multiple affairs. But she had to call it quits as Jay is allegedly facing prison time after his alleged involvement with his best friend Diddy in trafficking. Bey is allegedly separating her assets with Jay to protect her brand after allegedly secretly filing for divorce from him back in June. Bey and Jay knew about Diddy's wrongdoings, so they could be considered accessories to the crime, and some are saying they might be a little more involved with the Colombian dancing powder than we originally thought. Bey specifically might be investigated after it was speculated across the internet that she may have allegedly deleted her competition and may have allegedly had Jay's mistress Kathy White. This is why Bey is releasing albums and going on concert, because she's trying to stack that paper before the charges ring.
Is Beyoncé a witch?
The fact that people keep saying I'm crazy, hell, the situations I had to deal with and survive are crazy.
Kimberly Thompson says she is tormented from being put under many spells by Beyoncé.
She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft,
accusations of witchcraft,
extreme witchcraft.
In this video, watch how Jay-Z quickly turned around when P. Diddy greeted Beyoncé with a touch on her shoulder. Jay-Z came out of nowhere. This was at the Rock Nation brunch back in 2018. Jay-Z definitely wasn't having it.
If you're familiar with Diddy, you know he's been tight with Jay-Z for years. But things seemed to shift when CNN released Cassie's shocking video, stirring up a lot of celebrity secrets. Diddy is reportedly furious because Beyoncé and Jay-Z, two of his closest allies, have been unusually quiet. This has fueled speculation that Jay-Z might be in danger if he speaks out. Rumors are spreading fast, and with Jay-Z's former bodyguard making wild accusations, there's even talk that he could be the target of a raid soon. Now, Jay-Z appears to be laying low amid the controversy.
Is an ex-bodyguard, and not only that, he had his own company, and he did work for the likes of P. Diddy and Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z. Currently, Uncle Ron is under investigation for things that he has brought to the forefront with alleged proof and receipts that he's working with the FBI to take down not only P. Diddy, but Jay-Z as well. Uncle Ron, along with Gene Deal, have been speaking for years about what has transpired. But as of recently, Uncle Ron has been very vocal, if you will, about what's been happening and what has happened. Without holding you any further, let's get into official Uncle Ron exposing Jay-Z, P. Diddy, and Beyoncé.
Jay-Z and Puffy wanted Biggie killed. Bottom line. You don't have to believe me, believe the facts. Here's a man that wanted to leave Bad Boy. He wanted to do his own thing. He mentioned several times how he was tired of being used and abused, that he was bigger than Bad Boy itself. Somebody, and we ain't gonna call no more names, dangled a bogus contract in front of his face so he wouldn't leave the company. How I know I was there. Another thing, Jay-Z wanted him out of the industry, period, so he could take over and be the biggest hip-hop artist around. And I wonder who's the biggest hip-hop artist today. It's all business, folks. And unfortunately, you as a fan, most of you won't understand, but it was all about the business. And the two billionaires have done what they seeded to do.
Uncle Ron states here how P. Diddy offered him allegedly $30,000 to take out the notorious B.I.G. Now, is that true? Only Uncle Ron and P. Diddy know that, but Uncle Ron has given information to the FBI to prove this information as just. That is a pretty big allegation to be thrown on someone, so proof is definitely needed. And allegedly, Uncle Ron has given this information to the FBI to back his claims. Uncle Ron also states in this part of the video that Jay-Z wanted to be the only rapper or the biggest rapper. Around the time of the notorious B.I.G. passing away was the time of Jay-Z's rise. So he was coming out pretty much around the same time. And after the notorious B.I.G. passed away, Jay-Z did become one of, if not the biggest hip-hop artist in the world. So I'm not going to say that that's not true, because I didn't get why he said that Jay-Z wanted B.I.G. to pass away as well, because it's just like, well, why? How does this benefit you? I get how it benefits Diddy, which is why I believe Uncle Ron, because Diddy has gained millions to billions of dollars on the Notorious B.I.G. He profited the most with B.I.G. passing away. But with Jay-Z, I was a little confused. I'm like, well, why would Jay-Z want anything to happen to the Notorious B.I.G., them being around the same area, from the same area, they were friends. Why would he want that? But again, it's all business. So Jay-Z wanting the Notorious B.I.G. wiped out so that he could be up next does make sense. But again, I have no proof of any of these things. I am just going off of what the official Uncle Ron is saying. Let's keep going.
I was offered $30,000 to perform a hit on Biggie Smalls. March 1st of 1997, I was approached by Diddy to perform a hit on one of his artists. Finding out that he wanted all the rights to all his catalogs. I turned him down because I also found out that very night that Biggie had plans of leaving Bad Boy. Biggie should have never been in California for promoting an album with a broken fibula bone, who can barely walk, to go to another studio when Diddy has his own studio in New York. Diddy is pure evil. He has a very nasty disposition. He treats everybody like crap. Every single employee he's ever had, he and his mother have looked down on them, belittled them, talked to them like they were the lowest scum on the earth.
So it's a guy, right? It's a guy named Uncle Ron, right? I don't know if you've seen this video. You should have seen the video. It went viral. It was a real big video, man. It went viral, man. And his name is Uncle Ron. And he claims that he used to work for Puffy. He was one of Puffy bodyguards. And he said that Puffy offered him $30,000 to kill Biggie for his publishing. How you feel about that, yo? And do you know this guy?
Well, first and foremost, you gotta realize this. Anybody can come on this internet and say anything, right? And dude is getting a whole lot of attention because people are even calling me, asking me about him, you know, and I don't know him from a can of paint. He even mentioned my name, saying that I know what I know. I don't know what he knows, but I do know this, that it's only 3 people that had contracts with Puff and Bad Boy. Me, Wolf, and Paul Offord. If he didn't come through Paul Offord Security, Green Gate Security, he didn't have a contract with Puff. Because anybody who worked for Puff, other than me and Wolf, came through Green Gate Security. That was Paul's security thing. Especially at the time that he was saying that he worked for Puff. Or Puff offered him $30,000. Now, anybody knows this, that Bad Boy took 50% of all this artist publishing, right? 50% of all the artist publishing straight out the rip. Then Puff gave Big $200,000 for the rest of his publishing. So what publishing did he was trying to get and keep from Puff? You understand? What publishing was Puff was trying to get when he already had it? He had already paid for it. What part of the catalog was he talking about? I don't understand that. And then he said that Puff offered him $30,000. I can't say he lied, but I can say that he wasn't a part of bad boy security that I know. I knew everybody who worked during them days. You understand? And I don't know dude from a can of paint.
So whoever this Uncle Ron dude is, he's a liar then. He's a fraud.
Is he a fraud? Bruh, he's what he is. He wasn't part of our security that I knew of. Not at that time. He never been on no trips with us. He never been at no parties, no nothing. So is he a fraud? The internet will have the real looking fake and the fake looking real. Put it together. How could he want Biggie publishing when he already had it? That's where he f***ed up at. That's where he f***ed up at. How you want something that you already own?
Yeah, you right.
I know I am. That's where he f***ed up at. Bad Boy owns 50% of this already as an artist. They got 100%. Bad Boy takes 50% right off the top. Then he gave Big $200,000 for the rest of his publishing. So now the other stuff goes to the producers or whatever, of the music. So what is he talking about?
There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than Jay-Z and Beyoncé, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy. Apparently during a Homeland Security raid on Diddy's properties, some rather intriguing discoveries were made, including compromising footage featuring numerous beloved celebrities caught in scandalous situations. Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles. It seems he's on a mission to embarrass them at any cost. Adding fuel to the fire, an unsettling audio clip allegedly featuring Meek Mill and Diddy has surfaced, courtesy of Diddy's former bodyguard.
A lot of people think Jay-Z's the next one to go down, and some are saying, well, how's that linked? Well, Jay-Z obviously had a lot of issues and a lot of these guys go after the young girls. Everyone seemed to want Aaliyah. After R. Kelly had Aaliyah and all that stuff, Jay-Z wanted when Dame Dash was dating her. Well, Dame Dash and him were partners in Rockefeller Records. So Jay-Z wanted a young protege to kind of have an empire with, and he eventually got that with Beyoncé. But these girls are very young, and then obviously Foxy Brown, they said Jay-Z met her when she was 15 or 16. Some even said 14. It's hard to get exacts. But he said he never dated her. There's a lot of things that are being said. And you look at these other situations Jay-Z has. Who was his best friend? R. Kelly.
Let's not overlook Beyoncé's silence, especially since she's usually outspoken. Why hasn't she commented on Cassie's lawsuit? Is she protecting Jay-Z's secrets, or is there something in her own past she's worried might come out? Remember, an ex-employee once accused her of witchcraft, and even Jaguar Wright claimed to have proof of Beyoncé's involvement in dark practices. This raises questions about what's really going on behind the scenes and why Queen Bey has stayed so quiet this time around.
Who died of an imaginary f***ing aneurysm, just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the f*** was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is f***ing you. And the boss's boss don't get no f***. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the f*** you go when you get f***ed over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. Right, I go to Diddy parties. To walk mother out! Cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
So let me ask you, because I look at Gabriel Union, and when you mention things like Jay-Z's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce, and I say that women do have a
that country album, and any of you that buy that stupid shit. It's trap music with goddamn a holster and a bag.
But she remade Jolie.
That I'ma tell you the song she should have remade. It's a hit. It would have done great for her. She should have tried it on. Tammy Wynette. Classic. Stand by your man. Don't act like you don't know that hell. Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by your man. Yeah. Whoops. And disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
All right, well, let's do it like this.
Who was actually carrying his baby while you was faking it. Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you and put it in everybody else? Wild in this world, yo.
It's funny, you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
that
it.
That belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
And half of which dumb.
So, it's funny that it's crazy you say these things.
I know nobody want to accept that.
I think she
went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her while she was asleep. No snacking on his killing people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her a restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician. And she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls. Impulse control issues? I don't know.
Going to Beyonce's concert. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. How dare you call yourself a Christian? I don't care what pastor you got that is okay with it. I don't care what pastor you got that think it's cool. I don't care what pastor you got that's singing along to their song because they want some clout. Why you think that man called himself Jehovah? It was short for Jehovah. When a witch has a coven, it's normally a small thing. Witches' covens are normally 3 to 7 people. When it becomes thousands, it's called a hive. Y'all are part of that lady beehive? And you call yourself a Christian? May the dealings of the Lord come upon you. You think this is small stuff. You think you not going to that lady's concert is not an initiation. You think you not going to that concert is not a ritual. You think you not going to concert is not a gate. That entire concert is a gate.
Did Queen Bee practice witchcraft on one of her musicians? In this Daily Mail TV exclusive, the drummer who claimed she was put under Beyonce's spell is now speaking out.
The fact that people keep saying I'm crazy, hell, the situations I had to deal with and survive are crazy.
Kimberly Thompson says she is tormented from being put under manic spells by Beyonce.
We're talking about other situations where changing into animals and jumping into other bodies and all kinds of really crazy stuff.
In bizarre court papers, Thompson claims Beyonce, who she refers to as this person, has started a campaign of against her that includes extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and magic spells of sexual manipulation. She also claims Beyonce murdered her kitten after the singer put a spell on it.
They were like, the cat has a spell on it. The cat was taken back to her people, and they killed it.
It's unclear why Thompson is speaking out now, even though she says Beyonce has been at it since 2006.
She's not been able to let me go. She's not been able to let me.
Senior correspondent Tara Burney joins us now. And Tara, these claims are bizarre.
Really strange.
Has Beyonce responded at all to these?
Jesse, Beyonce's a little busy. She's on tour with Jay-Z. They're finishing up in LA, so they have not responded. And as far as Thompson, her request for a temporary restraining order was denied by a judge, most likely because of the nonsensical rantings about witchcraft. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
How often judges have to rule on something like this, as bizarre as this. What were Thompson's other claims here?
There's a lot of them. First, that Beyonce stole money from her. She had her stalked, she had her bullied. Thompson said she had to move several different times to different cities because she was casting spells on her work and her relationships, and she couldn't hold down a job, and she couldn't find a boyfriend.
Okay, I'm going to go on a limb here and say there would be no legal repercussion for Beyonce.
I don't think so. I don't think she is on her radar.
I'm not a lawyer, but I did say that.
It is pretty eerie, isn't it? Their silence is making people question if they were ever truly close with Diddy. The mystery just keeps deepening, and now even 50 Cent has jumped in, mocking Jay-Z for staying so quiet during all of this. With all the rumors swirling and high-profile names involved, it makes you wonder, what other secrets are they hiding? Is there more to this story than what we've seen so far?